Well, hello, 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 and welcome. This is Julie with Jewel Design, and we are here today. I decided to just bite the bullet, and we were going to go and work on the My Porch Prints envelope book that I created. We took a bunch of envelopes, whether it's like the 7.5 by 5 craft ones that we have in the shop, whether it's, cute little like RSVP envelopes, old yellow greeting card envelopes, whatever it may be. Even a vellum one that we found. So we had more of that see-through feel that we love doing. We created this little lookbook, right? And so it has some pockets for large journal cards, which I just realized I will have to create. Oh no. I have some junk, I have some stuff from the kit, but we'll have to see how that's going to go. But we went ahead a couple weeks ago, feels like a couple weeks ago, but a week or two ago, and we had put this together, covered up the pages, using envelopes, no sew. Everything just was using the tucks, the flaps of each envelope to tuck things, slide things back into, tuck things into place, and give us this really pretty lookbook feel where we could just decorate each one of these pages with fussy cuts and just, a couple pockets for fun or memorabilia, but really just something pretty to look at in the browns, beiges, and blues. And, I was trying to decide what to do with it, and I decided to bite the bullet, use my blue Victorian stuff, and we were just going to combine the two and decorate it up. So I thought today on Tuesday, this lovely holiday week, happy July. Today is the 1st of July, so happy 1st of July. And we would just do a little crafting. Right today, we would probably try to kick out and work on the altered book, which we haven't seen that in a while, on Thursday. And then, take the break on Friday, of course, 4th of July. And then Saturday, we'd come back and we would definitely work on a new project. Not new to me. If you watch Lorette, a Vintage Paper Girl, she did the cutest pharmacy bag page, all in one, journal page goodies. And I wanted to make one. I had pages left over from a pink and green kit with bunnies on it. So I think we're going to take her idea and we will expand on it. I think I'm going to use actually a longer Subway bag. And I want to see if I can get a third page out of it. I want to see if I can take it one step farther. I just saw something, the possibility. Now we could do this and find out, nope, it's not stable. You know me. I do things and then realize they're not quite as thick as they should be. But we're going to give it a shot. I had an idea. We'll see what happens with it. But we would work on that project come Saturday. Make it a little longer Saturday craft, and work a project. But I thought, today and Thursday we'll do a little 40 minute, craft along kind of deals. And get some stuff taken care of. I figured this one's been sitting. I did finish the, I took it inside, didn't I? That was done. I guess I could show it off. Or I can do it all at once. I don't know. I did finish the retro Seaside journal. And so it hopefully will be, it might be up by the time you see this video. So maybe go take a peek at it. I'll have to do an actual flip through, I guess, at some point. Because I did work on it since, without you guys. So yeah, I don't want to waste my time with that today. I will show that up. But anyway, hopefully by the time you guys see this, I will have photos and listing up in Etsy of the Seaside Retro vacation book. Because that is a great little piece. So just in case, we are Design Journal and Supply, me and Lorette. That is the shop, designjournalsupply.etsy.com, right? Nice and good. Both YouTubes and stuff. But, hopefully that'll be up and running. So, yeah, it's a nice little 26-page vacation book. It's beautiful for a nice beach vacation type ordeal. Now, I only cut this out because I wanted to see behind it, but I also wanted to see, with a little tweaking, if we could flip it around, maybe etch this one. I want to sort of blend these together. This is the front cover. I knew I wanted her on the front no matter what. That I already knew. But anyway, yes, I have that one done. And so I went ahead and it's, 26 pages, semi, you know, it's decorated on the front. It has some pockets in it, but it is, you know, lots of writing space. Like I said, 26 writing spaces. I don't know, there's other pages, but there are 26 pages to write on. Perfect for a 2 to 3 week vacation on the beach, wherever, whatever cottagey area you're going into. Great for, you know, a vacation thing. So I wanted to get that out before you went on your trip, you know, kind of deal. You could put pictures in it. You could do whatever. So, I wanted to do that. So we got some beige in there. I wanted to add this back in, I think. But I feel like it needs more something. It really needs to be ripped more, but I don't know how I'm going to get in there. Did it the other day, sort of. I know, not the best way to be doing this. I just sort of snipped at it in weird ways. It's so we can get that deckled look without really going for it. Right? I'm just barely snacking at it to try and keep it from being such a flat edge. But I wanted something sort of sticking out in a round concept. And then this one, I definitely feel we need to tear. I just don't know which way. Guess we're going to try. We're going to just hope for the best here, right? Again, it's going to go underneath. I don't really want any rough edges. I wanted her in the front for sure. I wanted... So here's a little bit of it right here. Maybe not. Maybe I won't put that there. Maybe it's more up here. So it looks more like we're going to keep going with the, you know, book covers, which they're the same company. That was the only thing. And then this one. And that's actually, I think, part of this. Or something similar to that. I was wondering if I had another... I don't think I have another. I was going to do him, but that was sort of small. Almost too small and sort of hard to figure out how to tuck and not lose it. So I could do it that way, so it's not so big. I just realized that it's just the book and the book cover, or book cover and the inner page. I'm like, that's a little repetitive. So we could do this as an extension, even if it does go beyond. Center her pretty good then. We're just going to have to tear something up here because I don't mind the flat edge here because it's the bottom. But I feel like we don't want to do that anywhere else. Talk about wanting lace everywhere. No, I am getting a little tired of blue, guys. I can't believe how much blue I've done lately. I love blue, but yeah, we've done the 2 pieces from the star catchers. I'm working on this. So I'm really stoked to do pink and green by the end of the week. I was like, oh, the bunnies and the pink and green by Saturday I'm stoked about. And I think, I'll have to pick some pretty floral botanicals for the altered book. I know I've got some pocketed pages I got to work on. So I figured, well, we'd go to that on Thursday. Keep it light and easy. Nothing strenuous in case everybody's traveling or whatever. But hopefully by Saturday, people are maybe resting or whatnot from the weekend. Or from the holiday. Let's see, this one needs to be... I really wish we could get a better... I love the idea of... I'm going this a little weird. It's not actually, you know, stamp type feel. But I feel like it would give it some ordeal that I'm not covering a bunch of white. And I can get this going. So we're just clustering pages today. Clustering fussies today. Paper fussies and making the most of everything. And just covering it up. I like that. More pink. Maybe not pink. Maybe we need to do white. There's floral, which is not that one, surprisingly. That would be this one, actually. This would actually be... I think what's scanned on that one, or a variation of it. I was curious of an N that was sort of pretty. I thought, well, we could put some lace behind her. If I glue this together, and then I get to see what kind of clusters of lace we can maybe produce under behind her. So we're gonna get rid of some of the white. We'll do some basic gluing. Then I'll decide that top corner that we need. Hope you're all doing well, or hopefully you're all welcoming in July something nice this week. We've had some mid-80s, I guess, over the weekend. Not too bad. And then, you know, we start cooling back down, so at least it won't be a hot 4th, I don't think. I think we're looking at maybe 77 as a high the rest of the week. So I'm all stoked about that, because I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need a lot. I'm going to try to keep the heat down until we can. It's nice knowing that I haven't had to put my AC unit on quite yet in the garage. I'm a little worried. I was a little worried about that. I'm like, not yet, not yet. It just takes so much water. And it said, you know, clean water. And so I'm like, okay. Not realizing that the hard water, I guess, it's clean, but not clean enough. That the hard water even in my system was going to do a light, very odd job to the basket. The basket was a little getting all worn weird. And I'm like, oh, you want distilled water. You want filtered water. I'm like, ugh. Which, you know, when it takes a good gallon plus every time I want to run the darn thing. It's not really a full AC unit. It's this little portable, and it's like, with ice cubes or ice things and cold water, it tries to produce like a colder fan than usual. So that you know, it's not just moving around. Warm air. Okay, so we're getting there. Don't know. It does look like it's discontinued on, so I guess that's okay. And then I have her dress right there. We'll do that. Oh, but do I want to punch a pop of... Do I have any... I want to put a little bit of lace out there. If I'm going to do this, see if I can do this right. Ha ha. I've got stuff everywhere. I have quite the collection of scraps going on lately. Of everything. It's like every little bit of fabric, tool, whatever. That's a flower-ish. It is, but it's sort of hard to tell that it's a flower. I don't even know what I cut that out of. That's why I'm looking. Because you never know what you may find. I've got strings. I've got dragonflies, but they're blue, so it would blend right in. I could put them on the edge there, but that might be helpful for later, though. I'm going to put that over there, maybe in the teal butterfly. All right. Oh, blue. Actually, we want blue, not teal. Well, or both. Okay. Put those over there. I mean, I have itty-bitty scraps, guys. Itty-bitty scraps sometimes. More butterflies, more tags, more tops. Do that for layering. Oh, she's purple. That won't do me any good. Okay. Not over here. So I think it's on the other side. I have one. Yeah, I'm like, I have another space. Oh, my goodness. But there's little things. You never know when a tiny corner, something needs something. You just might have it. I hope you guys are having fun with friends and family this week. We were pretty quiet. 4th of July used to be a big thing. My dad, you know, likes... That might work. My dad likes the fireworks, and my husband, of course, liked them. The girls were 50-50 growing up. One moment they'd be all for it, the next moment they didn't like the sound. So now that, you know, my oldest really doesn't care for them. Not really. She has no real desire to be around them. And I think it's a little much even for my younger one at this point. And my mom does not care for them. So, yeah, I'm going to go work our... Ooh. Gonna go work the fireworks display. Oh, that'll work. Oh, that's pretty. And then if I do another one, just sort of jagged over here with the other style, oh, that'll work. See? That's what we do. Okay, no, so here, oh, well, if it was only bigger. I'm trying to go like, wait, is it any bigger? Even if I clustered it a little bit, right? What do we think? Oh, I like that. Okay, we just gotta tear that up there a little bit. This is why I go looking for my cluster of stuff here. Sorry to be my baggie, my silly baggie of scraps. Oh, jeez. But you never know. I mean, you really don't. You never know what you're going to find where. Okay, now how am I going to do this? Eek! All right, we got to get this going. Yeah, so even the ones around, like, the legal ones, we love the illegal ones when done properly. But it's that display is getting farther and farther from the house, so we can't even see it from the house anymore. And it's way too busy to get down there. The whole world tries to go down with the kids, and little kids, and you have to be there hours before, and you're like, no, not sitting in a airfield or in a car. I think we took the kids. Did we take the kids to the high school when we used to be there? Maybe one year when or him and me when we were young, first married, we went down there. I don't think we took the kids. Because I want to say, I don't think the kids were around the first time. I think one of the last times it was at the high school. I think we were newly married. I remember going out there, being in the car. But, yeah, no. We did, I think, we thought about the ones at the junior high. But that was always down the street from the house. So we really didn't feel like we needed to go down there. Because truthfully, gosh, we could see it from the house. We just had to stay at the top corner of the house and we were good to go. So that was like, no, that's not necessary. And then, but then they finally moved it out to the airport. And that is definitely on the other side of town. And that, I think we might be able to slightly see it from the house. If we go to the corner of this neighborhood, look down the street, I think we can see it. But, and but no, we're not. It's just loud, and everybody runs illegals, of course, around here. I don't know anywhere they don't, but it's just gotten so crazy that we really don't need to go anywhere. They're overhead more times than not. So, yeah, no, we just sort of hang. Okay, so we want to do this a little bit. It's only getting worse. Didn't really want it, like, terribly. There we go. I guess it'll work. I didn't want it to. Stop. Okay. So what the goal is to try to keep the two kits, bits of this when it contrasts, right? Beige on blue, blue on beige, whatever, with the blue Victorian kit. So these are all the Fussies. This was a front page. This was a full page, a journal page that had her and, there we go, I guess. I don't know, upside down. Had her in one corner and I don't know what on the other. And I used it for one of the other projects. So she was left. And I was like, well, perfect. Let's just do this. So I think I'm going to put her down. Now, this down here seems so bland. So I can either go do the row of pearls, which is a little much. I think no matter what we do, we end up... I could do that, but... I feel like it's a harsh ending. Like, it just stops. So I don't know whether to border it to make it really obvious. Or... more lace, right? But it needs to be white. This is definitely a white kit. This is not much of anything else. I know I'm going to use this on a paper page somewhere. But that's not yet. It's too... Ooh, gold mesh. That reminds me. I don't have much of this left in the shop. But we have some. Okay. I have this netting. That is the champagne gold mesh stuff. No, I don't know if it's... No, see, it's golden. That's all white. So I'd have to really bunch it up to make that work. Nope, not enough either. Gosh, I love it, though. Now, this is great for the back. I guess, that would have been the other thing. For some texture, we could have put that behind it. But I like our white accents, I'm afraid. Not the other way. Bunch that up this way. Okay. Well, I wonder if we'll see that. No matter which way we do it, but I want to make sure we see the... I think we want to see the floral a little bit, and we'll bunch the bottom up. Okay, so that didn't work either. I guess it's just a trim, but everything else I have, I believe, is... Well, we have the new white trim, but I don't know if it's small enough. And one that's similar to this. And I have this one I could cut. Or I already have it cut. Perfect. Let's see. This is one of ours that we have a couple of, I call them bridal laces, that are beautiful because they're mirrored. So you can cut them down the middle. You can have one wide and it's great down the spine, or you can cut it in half and you've got, you know, a number of scallops. So maybe we can either go up or down with it for something light. One more lace. So it's not so obviously, it doesn't just end, right? And we can even put it on top. So put all the lace underneath like we've been doing. And it just makes it a little less... Excuse me. I don't like how it's just super... I may regret this. It's just very flat on the bottom. And I'm like, okay, so I guess that's... Oh, I guess that's the other question. Hold on. Do we then put it on the bottom? If it's so what it is, why don't we just put it on the bottom, right? Flat edge, nice there. She doesn't have to be middle. Now, and if I still want, I can always put lace on the bottom. That was really pale, isn't it? I was going to deckle it, and I was like, well, wait a minute. What if we just make it blend on the bottom? Bottom for bottom, right? She comes up this way. No one says she has to. I just think she needs a stronger edge here. Yeah, she's not straight, but I think she just needs, we just need to put her on the bottom of the page. And that way she doesn't feel like she just abruptly ends. But I will leave this out. I'll use it for something else. Okay, so let's try that. Let's get all the glue except for this one edge so we can tuck that in the way I want it, and then we can glue it down. Ay, ay, ay. Right, figuring it all out. That's what today's about. We're just going to play with clusters and see what we can get. Nothing too long. Just using up clusters, using up papers. Well, not even papers. Well, I mean, that's what I bought my porch prints, as I thought, oh, it'll be really pretty, and then realizing, like, wait, I don't have a kit as clean as I was hoping. I really thought I had the perfect kit to go with this. And I was like, oh, maybe I don't. Or I probably do, but not printed. I am so terribly trying to empty out the file folder storage unit I have above my head here and in front of me. There's so many things I have printed over the years that I'm like, no, I need to have. All right, so we're going to tuck and whatever. So I just don't know whether to being that it's a front cover, we can have a little fluff, and I definitely want some pearls in here and stuff like that, but come on. Trying to get my, I don't know. Well, been a little warm lately, so everything's a little temperamental on the glue, I noticed, as I keep leaving things on. My voice is weird today, guys. I'm so sorry. It's a little raspier than it usually is. There we go. Okay. I don't have the heat. I don't know. Alright. So we did make it to the beach on Saturday, so that was nice. Foggy for the most part. Near the end, of course, right before we left, it started getting, sunny. I was like, okay, well, time to go before we burn. I didn't quite bunch up as I was hoping. That's okay. Let's see if we can get this up underneath here, because I just realized it is not sticking and it's not tucking. There. There we go. And press and hold, press and hold. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, did a little TLC and had my 4th of July going on here for this week. Then I'll take them off. I'm like, yeah, I have another kit to cover my nails with that is pretty, and it's rainbow, but it's a lot of blues and pinks and marble that has that feel for 4th of July for the next week or two after 4th, but back down to tweaking my own nails again. trying to protect what I've got. These are a little long for me, but it's protecting what's underneath. I have 2 nails that are super short because we caught them and broke them. I'm like, oh. So then you're like, well, I got to protect them and see if I can get them long enough to, you know, create the next cover. But yeah, it's getting cheaper to do my nail. It's actually still cheaper to do my own nails at this point. Which is a bummer, but that's all right. Okay. So that's cute. So as we're going along, if something comes up, I feel like a word or something might have been nice up here. I have the word tickets and admit one, admission one, pretty much, and ticket. But I'll have to see what pretty words I have that are in the ornate. That, right? Princess, royal, queen. A little Victorian. It's about, those are royal. Somewhat royal words. Those are in pink. Manor. A Gilded Age, which is sort of, it's borderline, right? So that might sort of work. I'll leave it out as an option. Let's see how this thing, oh, lady. Superior, medieval, no. Yeah, I feel like it needs to, like, it is a lady, but I feel like it needs to be the front cover. It needs to have a theme, which is the only thing that's holding me up, ladies and gentlemen, on that last Streamer's Journal is the front cover. I got it wrapped in a pretty gold ribbon. Inside's done, all the laces and stuff, but I don't know what to do about the front cover. Throne, crystals, maybe, yeah. We'll just leave that out there for the potential of Gilded Age if this feels like it continues on with that. It's a little, I did say Blue Victorian is the kit, but her cut out and sort of labeled in this corner so we have this, you know, angle might be nice. So we'll see. Looks, all right, let's see how we have. See, 30 minutes already just for the front cover. That's okay. So I cut this big old circle out. So it may very well be a very prominent page here to build a cluster off of, or even a side piece here to build a cluster off of. Let's see. We've got things like this. We have teacups, hats, right? We can build off of any number of cards. Yeah, Hattie was definitely the theme for what I had her in Hattie. So that's beige on beige. So beige is good here, but not so much that. Now we could do more this and the hat. Really, like literally take it very, you know, literal. Let's see. She has one heck of a hat. But then I don't think I do that one because that's more pink and blue. Which we have a couple of these ladies that I did cut out. I can find them. Where do they all go? Got the cat, which sort of cute there, right? Just plop him down right there. Where did the other one go? I know I have another lady. Oh, there we go. So we could do more this. I don't know if we do this, if that's really something I need. I feel like they would be cool together, but you got to figure out how to blend them to where, oops, get that out of there. And what else to put with it, right? I mean, that's the only thing I know is that it's a little fuzzy, but these are photos that I tweaked over a more of an acrylic layered painting type page. So it definitely has a different feel, right? This is very pale. We'll see. It depends on how we ink it. Determines what we have stick out. We could do that. Very weird to be opposite of that, though. I'm like, he's so cute, though. He's perfect for that. I'm all perfect for that. So it's just sort of bringing them together, but not that. Now I could put a tab on here. I have both the two laces to sort of, you know, let people know to flip something open. So I think back here, trying to see if there was something that we needed to enhance. Not really. Okay. So more like if I wanted, actually I want to put tabs on the card so they can pull them out more than anything. Okay. So this is where I was sort of struggling trying to get a feel for how to blend the two kits. And like as cute as that is, it just doesn't feel like it goes, right? Now we are going to, I think, ink these to bring them up a little bit so they're not so light. You know, it means, of course, they will not blend. But we are on the mood. We are on the road of clustering what you have and seeing if we can get it to blend. Now, I was thinking about putting lace behind this, and then I just realized I don't know that this is so pale. It's going to be more or less than what we need. I have lace papers also. So I think I'm going to actually put a little bit of blue on, since it's a light leaf pattern. Because we did roses, we did blue roses, of course, and hats and Victorian and all that stuff. But I have more of a paper lace. We have this. We do have that, where I could go a smaller section of it. Maybe for some kind of interesting decor, we can get these twined in together. And her above. Oh, it takes up the whole thing, yeah. Wow. So I don't know if this is what the inside cover being so quick, right? Gives it some dimension. So this could be something simpler. Simply just doing this and a little lace. Even just a little bit. It's another flower, but can't really see it. Trying to see what little pieces I have, what things I can tweak. I do have something like that, which is a flower, don't get me wrong. We can do a circle, bottom corner kind of deal. I'm just trying to decide, like, what, this is so pale, and then everything over here seems so bright, right? It's so interesting. No, that's, if I wanted to, I could keep it pale on that end. I can, I don't know. Well, I trim that accordingly, I guess. Let's see, can we, by chance, maybe keep it pale over here so these two don't compete with each other too much. We would trim this more natural. Do this. We can get this to work, maybe. Maybe more floral. Even though I will ink it, maybe light on light here. So it's not so dark. We need another piece of something. Bit one underneath. That's more text, though. We've got writing. We've got a hat. Yeah, we've got definitely pieces that are very specific. It could overlap. A light label. I like the combo. I just don't know if that's where I want to put it. Right? This is where my crunch for, I was trying to decide if, you know, like we did before, if lights and darks and what are rounds? I could sit here for days and do this, and that sort of the thing. It wasn't really much of a plan. We were just gonna go for it and see what emerged while we did it. Really was. What kind of clusters, what kind of thoughts and feels sort of came about while we were working on it. So really, some kind of lace or something over here. I could do a small chunk of that. So there's a little bit of texture, but not a whole lot. Keeping it very beige. Or I just do like we did earlier. Gosh, it's so pretty. It's so shiny. You know, a white cluster off that corner. I'm liking that better. Everything's sort of going to blend. It is just decorative. This, I think, definitely could have white lace behind it. Do the inking, and then this is definitely the prettier shiner. We'll zigzag. I'll do it at an angle, and we will shear the edges, and we can make it more of a lace cluster on this little guy over here. We have a hat, we have flowers, we have a thing, we edge it. Because if I put anything else in, I got to put 2 things. So we got to keep that sets of 3 going. I feel. And we'll play those 2 off the way they are. It is blue on blue. And I think that is beiges and creams on blue when we are doing blue on blue over here. Which that might go better here if I could build on it. So like if this is something we build on, we might be able to do it, you know, we do want to do the blue, but let's do blue and white on the brown. That is the other thing we want to sort of keep it. She's pretty on that corner or even off that corner. Right, bring it down, keep it to blues. I can have her back in here. Ooh, or even a circle. Do any of the circles blue? Or, no, it's just the ladies. Which, beige and cream. Or just keep to the floral. I can put that in the corner. So let me do a rectangle of that and cluster that. So that's going to go here. That I don't know yet. Because I felt like, yeah, we need more. I really wish the lines weren't there. I'm really bummed that the lines showed up. Ugh. Need beige. Maybe I can do something with these. All right, 2 different pages. Let's work it before I lose it all, right? Cluster? Yes, we decided to cluster that up there, right? Okay. So let's leave these on this page. We have 2 different pages, which is fine. This is smaller, maybe more of a problem. Not a problem, but I know I was debating on, see, those are all going to stick out. Paper clips too, but I don't have anything big enough for hidden paper clip to work. So what I do need to do very carefully is get this inked. We want it to stick up. We want the shadow. We want that dimension. So we don't completely blend into each other. Okay. And the fun part, as you know, is getting, let me just do it this way. Those little pieces sort of connected together. So I feel like I don't lose the direction and paceability. There we go. And we know she, whoops, needs to sit on this where we think we want it. She does. Now I probably shouldn't have inked the bottom of her so she'd blend in a little bit better, but that's okay. We are going to do this first, so I know exactly where it needs to go. So let's see if we can do enough of it to get it going. And then we like we did before, we'll do the whole lace and the whatever tucked in and get the rest of it glued down. Because what I'm trying to do is hide all seams, all hard lines. We just want to see I want to see that. Pretty. Let's get, I know I need a rectangle of this one. Might as well cut it while I'm sitting here. enough of a rectangle, I guess. We cut it down, but, or whatever we need for the next one. But let's do this, and then we're gonna take even smaller pieces of that. Let's decide what cluster I want to do. So I think I don't want to use the, we'll hold that flower part for something else. And we're going to see if we can. Where is she? Right there. Yeah. We're going to do this to help, hopefully, bunch. So though I'm going to gather it here, I'm going to want to do this, sort of grasp it best I can. So we have more of a, and then we might as well just, I really don't think I need it to sit flat anywhere. And we'll just, since I've got it out, fabric tack everything. But I hope you have a great start to your July. You have a wonderful week. Hopefully I will see you back on Thursday with some altered book designs. We've got some pocket pages that we need to continue to decorate. That poor thing has been sitting on my desk all year. This has been a very much an ongoing thing, and it's huge. I'm glad we have the cover on it finally, but it has been quite the large project. All right, so we're going to center that because it can be centered, and looks like we're going to keep her somewhat upright because I moved, and we're gonna run with it. So there we go. We have, you know, bits from both kits. We've got new laces, right? Okay, and then you require my hole punch, which these are all for the 1.5 inch or 2 inch rounds or 1 inch. I think I have hole punches, thumb notches that are 1.5 and 2 inches. I have coins that are 1.5 inches, and even little dangle coins that are 1 inch. So if you have the circle rounds, circle punches, I usually match that. Being very much a blue, whatever, I think we're going to keep everything inked blue so that there is a nice blend together. Yeah. Let's try to ink the right part, darling. There we go. So that it has a nice dimension off itself. And even we want to make sure that the blue, this one though, I might actually put a slight brown because it is up against the brown paper a little bit more. Not a lot. I want to keep it pretty bright. There's a joy. The paper tends to lend to a little bit of white, which is lovely. I don't feel like we're having to be as antique-y with it, being it's an off-white, you know, acrylic paint type feel for the flowers. I did sort of do this sort of haphazardly, so let's see if we can clean it up a little bit. It's hard when it's pale, even though I put a easy cut around it. It's still sort of pale. There are some kits I realized that I was like, oh, I so needed an outline. But then I cut my ephemera at times where I have that black or gray outline, and I'm like, oh, I have to get around that. I have to try to get, I don't want to see that, so learning. All right, so with the flowers, I guess we'll keep it blue. I'm using the speckled egg. But yeah, if you want something like this, you know, I found it. I've seen a number of ways. There's plenty to do with it. But we have a number of envelopes, actually. Sizes. We've got little ones like this in the craft. We have this size, and then we have the long ones. All craft paper, which are great for that antique-y feel. And so I do feel like, because I can't, oh, maybe I can. I was like, if I can't cover that corner, that's rounded enough. I can sort of get around it. But I feel like I need to, maybe if we slit it, I can tuck it behind a little bit. And then it doesn't feel so edgy. No, so I need it to be good there. But I feel like, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. I don't care for edges where all of a sudden the imagery just sort of gets cut off on a harsh line, if I can help it, especially with florals. It doesn't really work for me. I don't feel it feels as natural, and it just seems really hard to place because it just, you know, you want to hide those hard lines unless it's specifically supposed to be, right, a rectangle, or it's supposed to be a label or something. I want it to feel at least a little bit more natural in nature while working on something. So I feel like we're going to do things at a slightly unusual angle. We're not going to do things perfect because I think that's no fun. There is a little bit of room in the label to use. Bring it up a little bit more now that I've fixed that corner. So what if we, let's see, I don't want to block the flowers that do represent more of the same. Let's see, where's the glue? Where's the glue? Gotta start working our edges before we lose that placement that I think I like. Little by little, get this together, and I'll let you guys go. Not that you can't stop whenever you want. But I really appreciate you coming along this week. I know it's busy and family and times to hang, or it's just another day, another week in your book. I don't know. Either way, I definitely appreciate you coming along and joining me, watching, crafting along, just getting out your fussy cuts and your ephemera and decorating up your pages. So you're trying to finish a project, working on something, right? This is definitely one of those working on something, not so much finishing. Well, finishing something, I guess, to a point. It's not so much starting fresh. We are working on stuff, trying to make the most of what our projects are. Finished the retro seaside. I thought I'd give, this a little bit of a tweak. I finished Tenley the Dreamer's Journal. I am just down to that point where I have to decide if I'm going to do anything for the front cover or leave that to you guys so I can get it sold. I gotta decide. I'm almost wondering, I'm about to change gears on you guys completely. If that is the better thing, I think I like that better. So into the whole thing straight and that sideways, or no, I like that better. I think we're gonna put that there, and then we can put the lace however we want behind it. It'll work. Oh, I like that better. I saw a corner that I didn't care for, and I was gonna have to do a different cluster, so it's sort of been nice doing this as we go. Getting in each piece exactly where I think I want it. Oh, I like that better, because then that doesn't feel so out of place. Now, before we get any farther, we gotta decide what to do with this. Not decide what to do with it, but get it in place. And then we've got three. We've got the cover, and we have, so I'm doing some, it's pretty, yeah, I think it's good. Okay. So to go with that, we offset it, and then I can trim it accordingly. I can even cluster a little bit when we put it down, right? We'll glue it. What we're going to do is we're going to, yeah, okay. We're sort of going to glue it to the lace, and then we will get the lace even farther down by adding glue and sort of bunching it up in places. I don't know if I want a perfect straight. Again, we're not trying to keep some hard edges out of the picture if we can help it, since it is florals and it's round, and except when we absolutely need to for a rectangle or a label or something. I think I want a little bit more flow and play. We're going to go here. Right, then what I want to do is to start sort of bunching it up. Let's see if I can do this. I'm twisting it too much. I want to start least in a couple spots here, I want to. Let's use my proper finger thing here. With long nails is a little hard. I want to sort of bunch it up. I don't want to leave it totally flat, if I can help it. Right? Cluster it, gather it. Gather it, that's what I want to do. I want to gather it. I want to wrinkle it. I want to give it a movement, if I can help it. Right? If I can do it, let's do it. That way, it's also just not perfectly laid there. What fun is that? Let's get glue underneath everything, hopefully. When things dry, I'll have to see if I need to go back in anywhere. And that can just be there. That one's just sticking out in that corner, so let's just get some more glue under here so she stays down. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've got our laces and our clusters. All that ephemera. Oh my gosh, people. Oh, the white's out. So there we go. So it's really hard. I mean, it's not hard to tell, but there is some white behind it. We've got blue on beige. Really pale. We have some browns. A little bit of pink on blue, but cream and that to help pop a little bit. With a little bit of lace there. And then we have the front cover. Right, where she's blue. Now, she is blue on blue with a little bit of brown here. And that is the difference. That my front cover does sort of blend in as one with a little bit of brown to help pop up. So if it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, need more, need to do something, I could probably find a way to I could probably have that drop down and add some kind of trim or lace or, not lace, but we just keep layering some vertical over here, a word up over it. Oh, I'm liking that idea. I'm like, wait, I think we got some, by George, I think we have it. Let's add a little bit more brown. It won't be behind her. She is still going to, looks like I'm going to be inking my nail color. We are going to enhance what's here. It's already laced, but what if we keep enhancing it here? We just need another layer there. Do I have a skinny? I do have some skinnies. I just have to figure out where they all are. It has more blue on blue. And that's the only thing. There's no... Oh, duh. What if... Yeah, we're trying to hide any harsh lines if we can help it, because that's deckled, right? That's not anything crazy. This could go here, down and past a little bit maybe. Cut it up at an angle or whatever. And then all we had to do is put the Gilded Age maybe up here to connect the two. And that would give us some beiges and browns, and she wouldn't be, she's still brown, she's still blue on blue, there's not as much, but it brings some more color to here. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're working it. I'll, of course, do an up-close picture later, but I appreciate you coming along, liking, loving, commenting as we sit here and make the most of it, right? Using scraps, using pieces. We'll continue to work on pages as we go along. I'll have to show you the progress when I get moments and go, okay, time to do a new cluster. Maybe I'll do some shorts once I figure out how and why I want to do all these. Ugh, because there's so much going on. But we have a few more pages to cover, and then we'll have to decide whether these is going to be empty and you guys are going to be able to put your own, you could put a small greeting card in here. That's your favorite. You could just sort of decide how to use the pockets as you see fit. Or, here, we'll zoom in. Yeah, or I'll fill it with a couple journal cards. We'll see. I have to go. I do have plenty of scraps. I probably very well could do some scrappy journal cards for this, darling little book. So you had a few things to write on for whatever as a thank you. Like you put a little greeting, make it one of the journal cards a greeting card, make it a wonderful gift. But I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish that in and put the word gilded on there, pushing it a little. Gilded, Victorian, they all sort of blending together, right? Oh, as one fashion went to the next. So, we'll see. But I think she's really that in the hat. So, thank you all very much for liking, loving, commenting, watching, and joining along today on this beautiful Tuesday. Happy 1st of July. And we will be back on Thursday with some altered book, interactive pocket pages. And then Saturday, we will pick up where Lorette left off over a week ago and do our rendition of a pharmacy bag, all-in-one paged little mini journal, little lookbook thing. So super cute idea, and I absolutely love what she created. So I'm going to see if I can do her any justice and create one myself. So love y'all very much, and we will talk real soon. Bye-bye.